Okay, as was requested by Rasta, we will be doing a VOD review of a game where he has played midfield. And we'll be analyzing as much as possible, and I'll be giving my viewpoint and what I would do in certain situations versus what he actually does. So let's get straight into the game. Okay, let me turn it down a little bit. Okay, there's going to be some outing, as is usual. Okay, it looks like actual play started here. Okay, Pep's covering you. You're looking at Argon for a boost, which is good. Okay, right there. Here, I'll tell you what I would have done differently. It's good to go here for the boost for Argon, from Argon, and then like right here, instead of taking the full boost, because you've already beat Pep in the situation, you should just land after like your second jump, and then hit Pep away. Like you'll land like right here, hit Pep, and then you'll get the ball in this position. You have a lot more space to work with, and it's a lot easier for Phil to pass you the ball. And then hopefully Phil and Chicken can do like a boost play, and you can get a pass. Or you can just get pressured from all three of these players. Essentially, you drag them all towards you, and then you have Phil and Chicken like easily for a pass. Because it looks like Phil is trying to pass to you here, but he doesn't want to pass it to you. Because if he passes it right here, you're going to be mid-air. You're going to be like looking towards the net, and Juan's just going to be covering you in your face, and you won't be able to get a good shot off. So the better option is to just land here, hit Pep away, get all this space in the middle, try and draw attention from them, and then get a pass off. And then you open up the field for the rest of your players. Instead, yeah, you take it, and we can see like where you land essentially. Yeah, let's go back a little bit more. You take the full boost. Phil's looking at you. He doesn't want to pass it because the ball would be going like this angle. Bakes might be able to intercept it, and you're not going to get a good shot off. You land right here in between essentially all four players. You do, if he does pass it to you right in the situation, you are on the ground, I guess. It's possible that you get a good shot off. But he's no longer looking at, he's looking at Argon, who's started moving forward. You try to intercept the pass to Argon, that's kind of weird. You should just let him get it. Maybe you weren't paying attention to the minimap. But just let him receive it, and then you should probably be looking at Phil for a boost. Because Pep is still covering you pretty hard. Argon charges it, probably tries to pass to Phil, but misses. Goes all the way back. Skarn's going to get it. Chicken has dashed back. I guess he was scared because there's no defender. But Argon's on his way back. Skarn's looking at Argon. Passes it to Phil. In this situation, you probably want to boost with Chicken, because Phil looks like he's going to receive this ball, and he's going to have a lot of open space. Chicken also has a lot of open space. So you could, another option is to do like a 3-on-1 essentially. Just spread out, try and draw Pep and Juan to the right side of the field, and let Chicken have the middle. Instead, Chicken dashes forward. That's actually a really bad play. What he essentially did is he dashed in a position where he cuts off a lot of his angles, and he's essentially in a position where he's going to receive the ball and wants to pass to you if he does get it, which I think is what's going to happen, because Phil's not going to pass to you because you have two people on you. He's probably going to pass to Chicken. Chicken's one hit, and Chicken's in a position where he wants to pass it to you. He doesn't want to take a shot from this angle over here. So he wants you to be in the scoring position. So let's see how that plays out from here. Pep hits you away. Chicken is going to receive the ball all the way in the corner, one hit, and Juan is pressuring him. What I would do in this situation, when Pep hits you, I would take the boost back and away. Hold on, we skipped a few frames there. Pep hits you here. Instead, you get hit by Pep, and then you start walking forward again. If you notice, you start walking back towards Pep because you're trying to beat Pep. But Chicken needs to pass like right away because Juan's on him and he's one hit. He could pass back to Phil, but he really wants to pass to you because you are in the position with the most pressure. So what I would do, instead of walking back towards Pep, take the boost that he gave you like back to the right, essentially this way, so you're opening this passing lane in between Grim and Pep, and jump. Make sure you're in the air for this situation. and just give Chicken the easy pass to you. That way because he's under a lot of pressure and he wants to pass it. Instead, he tries to pass it as you're moving forward towards Pep, and obviously the ball gets hit by Juan. And even if the pass did get through, Pep's in a position to intercept it. Instead, you try to beat Pep, and said you beat Pep, but you don't have the ball anymore, and now you're kind of out of position. I hop out of net to try and block a boost, but our team unfortunately loses the ball, so you're in another really good position here. Your team gets the ball. Chicken is still one hit. You got to be cognizant of that. He's going to probably try and pass to Phil, but Juan dashes out with keeper powers towards Phil. And I think that throws Chicken off here, and he gets the ball sucked away. So red team has ball again. In that situation, you guys could have definitely just boosted better. Let's look again. All three of you are all clumped up. You're looking straight at them. In this situation, if you want to do like a double boost, you want to be aiming more like in that direction, right? Like diagonal. But instead you look straight at them, which is kind of awkward. Maybe you're trying to boost them around Grim. But even if you're aiming diagonal, it accomplishes that. So you just hit them. Phil just falls to the ground because I think he's trying to boost for Chicken now. But Chicken takes the boost. Let's see. Anything you could have done here? Bakes is on a breakaway. Grim hits you. But you're on your last jump, I think, because you just dashed. Bakes passes to Pep, and they score. Yeah, not much you could do after the poor boosting. If you guys boost better, maybe you get there for the play. But other than that, not much. Okay, you should probably be looking for Phil. You guys could have boosted there. Instead, you went to hit Bakes. So Phil leaves you. Now it's just you versus Pep again. Your team scores, and you didn't really contribute much at all there. But I guess it's okay. You drew Pep out, but you're doing this thing that you do a lot, where you just walk into the defender and he just hammers you away, and you just keep doing that over and over again, which doesn't do much at all. It doesn't help your team, and it doesn't do anything for you in like getting into a good scoring position. But luckily, your team scores without you. Just get a boost up. Okay, they're boosting. One thing I noticed, you don't have height indicators on your middle mini map, so it's really hard for me to tell, like when they're really high up in the air, when they're low, when they're on the ground. I use the center minimap a lot, and having the height indicators is extremely valuable. I would strongly suggest to turn it on if you actually use this middle minimap. Actually, even if you don't, even if you use this side minimap, it's still useful to have it on. Really, really strongly suggest to put it on. Because right here, you don't, like, unless you're looking straight at them, you don't know how high they are. You do get a good block there. Yeah, let's go back. I want to watch this again. Argon's trying to boost you up here. Argon's trying to boost you up. I assume you're trying to receive the boost as well. But you're still on the ground. Argon wants you to jump first. So you should jump right there, and then he'll boost you straight up. Instead, he kind of just whiffs his hit. You're in a situation where Pep potentially could have shot, but he didn't. He passed to Phil. He gets open away from you, and then he tries to fake a shot close side and then goes far side, but you block that, which is pretty good, I guess. They get the ball again. Hold on, there's frames that miss my unpause it. Okay, you're kind of you overstrafe too much there, and you're kind of out of position here, because you're too far away. If Bakes was a volley there, he gets a free shot essentially, even though Argon's kind of box camping. So he decides not to volley it, but you're out of position if you did decide. Okay, Phil's trying to cherry pick, isn't successful. Bakes gets ball here. You're walking away from him, I notice. Actually, you're jumping too, kind of strangely. You should be pressuring Bakes here because he's one hit against the wall, and the rest of his team is really far away. You got to pressure him a little bit late here, and he scores. Probably the worst angle I've ever seen. One of the worst shots I've ever seen, but it does go in, and your dash is up here too. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure you could have prevented that. God, unpausing this is skipping frames. Yeah, instead you jump early. I assume you were trying to dash. All this extra jumping here you're doing is kind of useless. You're probably trying to cover the pass, but it's not really accomplishing much. If you just land here and dash jump at him, you could probably prevent that shot and also prevent the pass at the same time. But he gets the shot off, kind of unlucky. But you probably could have prevented that. Ooh, ooh. Okay. I noticed this is something that happens in your other videos. Um, when you get hit, you like to like panic a lot, and you'll do things even though you're in no position to die here. Once you receive this ball, both these players cannot hit you. Even though you're one hit and it's kind of scary, you're not in a position to die. Especially if you receive the ball and you take the ball boost, like you receive the ball right here and you take the ball boost kind of outside, then you have a possible passing angle to fill, and also a possible shot angle here, and Juan's out of position, right? So yeah, take the ball boost there. You pass it right back to him. Maybe your pull button is the same as your pass button. If it is, I would suggest not having it in that configuration unless you're super used to it. Because presumably you tried to pull it, but your screen's shaking, and you ended up passing it back in a situation where you should have just caught it and took the ball boost, right? Also, in this situation, you didn't even need to pull it if you did try to pull it. You could just receive the ball with your body. Let's watch it one more time. Your dash is up. You did dash, but the ball is still in you. I would suggest not dashing there because you want to receive the ball boost. And if you do dash, make sure you don't dash jump. Let's see if we can catch where you actually dash. It's really hard to tell with the screen shake. It does look like you dash jumped. And then yeah, you accidentally pass it. He gives it back to you. And then you try to pass it to Phil, but in that situation, it's too late, right? I think you probably saw the right play, which would have been to take the ball boost and pass it to Phil. But you dashed, you couldn't take the ball boost, and then you accidentally pass it back. Then you get the ball, you look at Phil, but in this split second, you have to know that Phil's covered, and you can't pass it to him. Like, passing back to Argon or going off the wall and trying to make an individual play are your best options at this point. But you try passing to Phil, give it to Pep. Alright, in that situation, what just happened right there, you're kind of jumping randomly again, and you're trying to walk back to defense, which is okay, because Phil's going to try and intercept the pass, it looks like, and he's not going to boost you. But the better thing to do here is to try and get a better advantage by blocking their boost, because you're right next to it, right? So right here, after you lose the ball, you're not going to get any boost here. You should notice you're not going to get any boost. Biggs is juggling you, but you could have definitely landed. And then instead of using your dash this way, use it this direction. Try and block boost. That way they don't have as much offensive pressure because you're not going to be able to get back anytime soon. Okay, there's probably something you could have done there. You're kind of scrambling around. So your team, it looks like they're already going to be counter boosting. You should be covering Pep, because these guys are already in the air. You can't cover them. Yep, your team's already boosting. Way better to, instead of trying to help them more, because they're already doing their thing, just trust them. You should just use your dash at some point. Hold on, what happened? Your dash comes up right here. Okay, you did dash towards Pep. Hold on. Yeah. It was late though. Pep is already volleying it. He tried to set Biggs. Biggs would have had an open shot. It does end up going towards Grim though. He loses it, 200 ping. Okay, this is good. I think you should have had enough jumps, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you should have had another jump. Am I wrong? Wait, hold on. Did you double jump? I think you double jumped on the first hit. 1. Oh, it's really hard to tell. Hold on, let me put it in slow-mo real quick. One. Yep. You do like a second jump right there. Two, three. Well, I guess this is your fourth now. And then you don't have your last jump. Let's see what happens here. You go off the wall with top spin. It does work. And it does somehow get to Phil, it looks like. But it gets intercepted. Okay, let me tell you what I would have done there, because there's a very easy play that's very effective. Okay, so you mess up your jumps. You dash jump suck, but you can't get the ball. Right here, it's really hard to tell with height indicators. I really suggest it again to have it on, but Pep is going over your head, right? So the best thing to do, because the ball is bouncing straight towards you, it's gonna, it's gonna come down and hit the ground, right? Pep is going over your head. The best thing to do is to actually hit him straight up in the air, because he can't land. He can't force himself down. He's gonna have to take the momentum all the way to the wall. He's gonna be super out of position. And then you receive the ball, and then you have a bunch of options, right? Instead, you go off the wall to Phil, and it does somewhat work. Phil kind of biffs the opportunity, but you definitely could have made that situation much better by receiving the ball, having all this open space, because Pep would have been beat, right? You'd have been right here. You'd have had Chicken here. 2-on-1 right in front of the net, no defenders, almost definitely is a goal. Instead, you guys lose it. Okay, right there. You should know Argon's gonna cover Grim, because Argon, that's the only person Argon can cover. It's the only person he's looking to cover. Instead, use your dash trying to intercept the pass. Use your dash to go towards Bakes, cover Bakes instead. Because if Grim receives this ball, he has Bakes wide open, and you're out of position. So always try and trust your defender. Don't try and double cover if you can, and just cover the open man that is in a pretty good scoring opportunity. Like if Bakes gets the ball right here, you're in trouble. All right, Pep gets the ball again. Oh, you make the same mistake. You just dash towards Grim. Bakes is in a pretty good position. Grim just gives it away to Argon though. But if Grim did pass to Bakes, you would have had a way better goal scoring opportunity. Okay. You're not really in a position to receive the ball here. If either of them tried to pass it to you, Bakes or Pep could have intercepted it. So good choice to kind of land and give Chicken the pass there. But Chicken was already out of position by the time he received it. Chicken's one hit on the wall. He needs a pass right away. He's probably looking at Phil, who's kind of in between everyone and could probably score, but passing to Argon's probably the better option. He does pass it to Phil. Phil gets it somehow. That's crazy. I want to see what happened. Okay, you're boosted. Phil has 3 people in front of him. He will most likely want to pass to you, but he's kind of being selfish here. He probably doesn't trust his teammates too much. Okay, Phil gets the ball again, and he really quickly passes it. He could have held on to it a little bit. Chicken dies because he's one hit. Okay, Pep beat Argon. Skarn saves it. Right there, you're slow to react to what's happening. You should have known that Skarn hit it out, and you should have known that they still have the ball. You're kind of just walking around randomly here. Like right here, I guess you don't know if they hit it out or if your team hit it out, but you should be looking at the play at least and know what's happening. So you know it's their ball, and now you're way out of position, right? Because you were walking forward, and now Bakes and Grim are probably going to get a free boost up. Argon's in position to get a counter boost from his keeper, but you're out of position to do anything here. You do suck off them and get up in the air. Now you're in a decent position, but Bakes goes ahead and gets it from Pep instead. Now everyone's sitting ducks. Argon is in the air. Instead of jumping up, you should be covering Grim or Pep. Probably Grim, because it looks like Chicken has Pep. Ball goes to Pep. But Chicken made the cardinal sin too. They're just walking in front of this box instead of covering the men on the ground. Now Pep gets a free pass to Grim. Grim has an open shot. I can't see what's happening because you're not looking at the action. Ball gets to Pep and you hit him afterwards. Loose ball. Looks like your team's gonna get it. Maybe not. Everyone missed it. So red team has the ball now. Yeah, you should be looking at Grim. Yep, good. Argon's going for Pep. Stay on Grim. You're giving them way too much space. It's kind of scary. They're gonna get the boost here. Argon's out of position to get a counter boost too. If they do get the boost, what I would do, because Grim is all the way on the corner, right? He's never gonna shoot anytime soon. He's looking for the pass and he's looking for them to boost it and then pass it. Instead of going to pressure Grim, like just be part of the action here. Just try and cause the chaos and prevent the boost, and also be in position to receive a counter boost if they do somehow get it off. So yeah, Chicken's not able to solo cover it. They get the boost off. Pep is up in the air. He's gonna probably pass back to Bakes. Both people are covering Pep here. Really bad decision. Bakes open in the middle. Pep beat Chicken. Pass to Pep. Argon is ready to cover that. Bakes should have done an individual play there. Okay, they're going for another boost. You're kind of out of position. I don't think you can stop this, but you do manage to stop it. Okay, they get another one. You should counter boost with Chicken, but Chicken does like to just jump and try and block it even though there's no chance he can do it. Instead, you walk back into net. Argon's already going to get the counter boost, so walking back there isn't going to help. I hope you're looking at Pep to cover him, because you're not going to be able to cover Bakes. Hopefully Argon covers Bakes. Luckily they missed the pass, but yeah, if Bakes did get that ball, you were in trouble. Pep would have been open. Okay, in this situation, I would be hitting these two away, opening up all this space in the middle. Looks like that is what you're doing. You hit Bakes away. They forces the pass though. Not a good pass, gives the ball away. Okay, I think Argon was trying to pass that to you. In fact, you could have just sucked that out of midair. It looked like he just mislocked. He might have been trying to get Phil, but Phil is covered. I would actually just suck that out of the air. Essentially play D on Phil. Just intercept it, and then make the decision on your own if you should pass to Phil. Instead, the ball is loose, and they get it. And that should have been a goal-scoring opportunity for you guys. Here is another situation where you shouldn't have taken the full boost. Like, the extra jump was useless. You should have just landed, covered Grim. Luckily, Pep passes it into Chicken. Argon forces the ball up. Phil looking pretty good here. Let's see, what could have done? What could you have done? No, Phil just needs to pass it to Chicken there instead of forcing. Okay, you should be looking to boost back, or block the boost right there. Yep. Okay, luckily they didn't go for the boost, they forced the pass. In this situation, Grim is your biggest threat. You waste your dash completely here. I hate when defenders do this. Don't waste your dash. You're never going to intercept that. Even if you do intercept that, it's not even like that beneficial. Luckily, you had double cherry pickers and Phil's able to intercept the ball. Chicken has an open shot, and he does score. Okay, that was just pretty poor play from the opposing team. Okay, Phil just got beat. I hope you're considering Pep, not considering Bakes, because Phil's going to move from Pep to Bakes. Okay, good. You are edging towards Pep. Let's see. You're giving Pep a little bit too much space. He's going to look for he's going to look for a boost. You're like totally out of position to stop this. Nothing you can do here. They're just going to get the free boost up. You have to trust Argon to stop it now. I really hate that you don't have the height indicators again, because you would have known Pep is falling and the pass was not coming to him. Okay, Chicken is beat by Bakes. So in this situation, you actually want to give Pep a little bit of room, because also Grim is kind of getting open. Instead, you dash towards Bakes instead of giving him more room, because Pep is not in a position to score from here, right? Ever. In no way is a shot gonna happen here. So pressuring Bakes is really bad. I mean, pressuring Pep is really bad. Instead, you should be giving Pep space and looking at Bakes and Grim as possible options. So instead, you dash towards Pep. Let's see what happens. Pass to Bakes. Bakes goes off the wall to himself, but he probably could have done a lot of different things there, but I can't see from his perspective. Your team gets the ball. Pretty good boost on chicken, but your team gives up the ball. This is what happens when you have an inexperienced cherry picker and people are forcing passes. Okay, pretty good dash back in response to Pep dashing forward. They could have gotten a free boost there though. Argon is kind of box camping, and I would be more worried about Pep than Grim, so I would actually be on Pep's face. The pass does get to Pep, and Pep does shoot. Luckily, Skarn saves it. But yeah, I would have covered Pep in that situation. He has the better shot, and Argon wasn't in a position to stop it. Okay, Grim gets the ball. Covering Bakes here is good. You did let him dash around you though, and hold on, what happens here? Your dash is down. Why is your dash down? Okay, you just wasted your dash here, essentially. I don't even know what this dash was trying to accomplish. Yeah, that dash is really bad, and especially bad because if he passes it right away, Bakes can land, and he has a dash advantage now, which I think he does, right? He's on the ground, he has dash, you don't. He dashes to the side. He now has a free shot if Grim was to pass it to him, and you can't block it, right? Because your dash isn't up. All this extra space. Pep gets the ball. He still has the extra space. He could have still gotten the ball. Now your dash is up. Now the pass comes, but now you're in position. Decent block. Ball comes to Phil. Phil has a one-on-one. What happens here? I can't see, but it looks like I saved it. Okay. Did Argon just boost you towards Pep? Yeah, I think that's what happened. Okay. That was alright. Let me see if there's anything you could have done here. Chicken is beat, right? And Pep is not in position to score. Again, this is one of those situations where I wouldn't pressure Pep as much. I'd be like spacing him out, trying to intercept the pass here, or potential pass here, which you're kind of doing. Just make sure you don't use your dash. I hope you don't use it. Alright, good. You're kind of spacing him, but you could have been, again, like walking back a little bit, jumping in the air, trying to get that intercept, trying to block this pass. Again, height indicators, really important. You would have known if Grim's jumping here. If you know he's jumping, you can like match his jumps. Okay, loose ball. It actually looks like it was going towards Bakes. Wait. Oh yeah, he curves it, huh? Wait, what happens there? Oh, that was a really weird pass. But yeah, you still get the intercepted it. Chicken tries to get it, but he's out of position, I guess. Again, height indicator is hard to tell what's happening. But Skarn luckily comes out, intercepts it. He needs a quick pass. Luckily Phil's open. Decent boost attempt. I wouldn't go for the elevator there. In fact, it's pretty clear Chicken's not going for the elevator. In this situation, just let Chicken do a normal boost at you. Like, you should know the second Chicken dashes, he's just trying to do a normal boost. He's not trying to elevator. He was just trying to boost you up, so just jump. Just jump in the air, let him boost you straight up around Pep. Okay, Phil goes back for reset. You should be looking to elevator now in this situation. You hit Grim this direction. Let's see. Grim dashes. You hit him. I guess it's not bad. But Grim is now in a position to prevent your boost. Yeah, you can't go for this boost. You're sandwiched between two people. It does get stopped. Phil does get open though. Decent try on that pass. I think you could have probably gotten it. Oh no, you're kind of spacing your jumps out and strafing weird. Just use all your jumps really quickly there, and you're in position to get that. Instead, you're kind of spacing them out, trying to get as much airtime. Where in this situation, he's probably thinking that you guys are elevatoring, and you just want to get as much height as possible now, just to get as close to the ball as possible. So yeah, just use all your jumps, strafe at the ball. You could have gotten it. Instead, they get it. Did you steal a boost here? No, you got a normal boost. Okay. Yep, good block on them. You're kind of losing the ball here, but luckily Phil's in position. Alright, yep. That's pretty good. I hate no height indicators. You have no clue what's going on here. It's just a bunch of circles. You get so much more information with height indicators. You know, like if Phil's like way above you, you know if these guys are on the ground or if they're like right next to you. Turns out Pep is like right beneath Phil, so Phil probably is not gonna be able to shoot here. In fact, he doesn't even get the ball. Pep gets it. But like if you knew what their height is, you could look for like knocking them away midair so that Phil has more space. Bunch of different options, right? Okay, they're gonna get a boost. Nothing you can really do. You have to just stay on Pep here, probably. Oh, oh. Okay, this is the kind of weird situation, but Phil's covering Bakes, but Phil's not boosted, right? He just uses dash. In this situation, Phil's letting you take over Bakes because he's in no position to cover it, but he can cover Pep, right? So he wants you to cover Bakes. You have your dash up. I would just use your dash right away because right before Bakes even lands, because you don't want him to land and dash like he did, because now he has a bunch of space. Luckily, Argon's box camping, and he's able to stop it. But right here, use your dash right away. Get on Bakes. Don't let him dash past you, because he would have been open. But Argon gets the intercept. Loose ball. You should get this ball here. Ooh. You really messed up your dash there. Yeah, you should just hit him away, and then and then you should dash towards the ball, right? But you kind of like, I think you move your mouse too much. That looked kind of weird. Like you swung your mouse, and then you end up dashing the wrong way. So they get ball, and then you're kind of just standing still. I don't know if it's because you knew that you messed up your dash, or maybe there was like a mouse issue. But now Grim has a free pass to Bakes. Phil's out of position. Pep is open. Argon is in a 1-on-2. You still have your dash up. I wouldn't have even, in this situation right here, you know Grim is getting the ball. There's no way you're going to beat him to it. There's no reason to pressure him here because you can't, there's nothing he can do from here. He has to pass it, and he's looking at his two open players. Instead of going towards Grim, just start going towards Bakes, start jumping, getting in the passing lane. You have dash up. Instead, you're kind of just randomly standing here. He gets the pass off. And luckily your team intercepts it, but that could have been very bad. Okay. Your team loses the ball right away, which is really bad. They're going to get a free boost, I think. Nope. You're kind of losing in midair. That would have been really bad. Hold on, let's analyze this. You're clicking this click. I don't know. You have to like look at your screen a little bit better, I think, because like that click isn't doing anything. And even if you do hit Pep before he gets the ball, like if you hit Pep right there, you're hitting him away and like up in the air, so that he has even more space to shoot. That's really bad. You want to save your kick for when the ball is actually like on him and he's about to take a shot. Then you want to kick. But luckily they missed the pass. Loose ball. Your keeper gets it. He does need a pass. He does go to Argon. You should look to boost with Phil here. Alright. Some weird stuff happening. Right here, you're trying to suck past Bakes and like get to Chicken, but Chicken's trying to clear Bakes away from you, which is the better option. So instead of trying to suck past Bakes here, and right there, you should just hit Bakes. Just hit Bakes along with Chicken. Like hit Bakes towards Chicken, Chicken will hit him away, and then you have open space to do an elevator. Instead, he's trying to clear him, realizes that he can't because you're kind of just walking into Bakes. And then he leaves. He tries to get a boost from Phil. You try to get a boost from Argon. Neither is very successful, but the pass does work. Here's where height indicators are super important. Like you wouldn't want to be jumping here because Juan's jumping. You want to be actually on the ground. And you kind of did something weird where you're moving towards the net, and then right here, right in that frame right there, you stopped moving. You stood still. And then you let Pep catch up to you, kill you, and then I think it looked like Phil was doing a Euro shot, but you also could have taken that as a pass. Let's see what happens. Yeah. He tries a Euro and it gets kicked out. Your team gets the ball again. This is pretty good here. You're in a decent spot. Ah, you did again what I hate. I hate seeing you do. Don't just walk into defenders, especially when your team's looking to pass. Right here, Phil is either going to take a shot or he wants a pass, right? Depending on the situation. If you're a good pass, he's going to pass it. If he has a good shot, he's going to shoot. But you could have made yourself a good pass here by, instead of walking into Pep, because you're essentially removing yourself from the play by doing that. Instead of doing that, just like let him hit you, start jumping in the air. Because then if you're jumping in the air, like around here, Phil has the potential to pass it to you and you can volley it. And if you let Pep hit you and you take his hit as like a boost, essentially, and like you move like back left, you get way more space and you can do either receive the ball, volley it, whatever. Instead, Phil is forced to shoot, and luckily he does shoot and score. And again, they score without you really contributing much. Okay. Decent defense here. Okay, everything's looking pretty good. Yeah. All that was pretty good. All that was good. There's not much else you could have done. Here, I want to go back a little bit. There was like maybe one small thing. Instead of jumping like into Grimm's face like that, just walk on the ground because you're already in line with him and your dash is about to come up. Instead of jumping right there, just use your dash, get in front of him, hit him back, and then maybe Chicken can pass to you. But Chicken most of the time is gonna just shoot those. But passing would have been a better option for Chicken. And making yourself a better pass is like the best thing you can do. They're going to get the boost off. Argon's out of position for a counter boost. He probably wants to boost with you, but he does get the intercept. Their boost wasn't good enough, I guess. Okay, Chicken doesn't get the ball there. But if he did, you were kind of in a position kind of being useless again. Let's see, your dash is up. Dash in between them. It seems weird, but dash in between them and hit Baker. And then Baker's going to continue sucking, and then you're going to be the one stuck, essentially. And then, but Phil's going to have all the open space. You essentially have to take the bullet for Phil here. Dash forward, get in between them, hit Bakes. He's going to get stuck onto you. He's going to get latched on like they're latched on right now, but Phil's going to get open, and Phil has the middle, and he has the open shot. So like if Chicken did get the ball, which he doesn't, it's way better to dash here and break them up. And then, yeah, he would have had way more space. Okay, Ray gets the ball. Grimm, instead of going for the boost there, definitely should have just received it. He would have had so much open space. Instead, there's 3 people trying to boost, and you get the ball, luckily. Don't dash jump here. Dash jump does nothing. You waste your dash a lot. Don't waste your dash. Always look for a boost instead. Boosting here. You had way more time. Now you're kind of pressed on time, and they're pressuring you. So the boost is a little late. Also, not a good... You had time to elevator here. Yeah, instead you go for a normal boost up. So the pass is probably going to be off. It wasn't. Luckily the pass is low. Skarn likes to pass low, luckily. He passes low enough to where you can get the ball. I'm way out of position. You could have scored that so easily. Hold on, let's watch again. Before you receive the ball, what I like to do a lot is just look at the minimap. You should have noticed that I was in a position, way out of position right here. I'm like trying to boost Juan up, but Juan doesn't want to get boosted. So I'm like not even in net. I'm like walking back towards it now, and I'm in a position where if you shoot top right corner, I can't make that dash. The dash isn't long enough. It'll put me like right here. And like my kick won't be able to reach that in time. So don't even try and do like a weird flick. Just literally aim in the corner that I'm too far away from. Like you just have to notice goalkeeper position and your position and just know that that's a shot and it's a free goal. Don't even try and flick. Instead you shoot it too close to me and I get the save. Oops. Okay. Oh. Okay, that's another situation where you shouldn't have taken all the boost. Stop taking the boost right now. Like start counter strafing midair. Start strafing this direction. So you start like cutting down your momentum. And then you're in a position to where you can intercept that. Like Bakes could have just gotten that ball and he could have just scored. Okay, Chicken's a little greedy there, but he does get the kill. Really bad shot. That's never going in. Let's see. Well, I'm just gonna analyze Chicken's play. Yeah, a slow charge shot in the corner, literally never gonna work. A dump shot's better. But again, he shouldn't have gone up for 2 wall hits. 1 wall hit and then a shot's better there. But your team gets the ball. A force pass to Chicken. Chicken wasn't even up yet. Argon does like to do this. Look, Chicken's dead. He passes it right as Chicken's getting up. There's no way Chicken can even get that ball. Alright, your team's gonna get it. You should be elevatoring. Unless Argon does stupid stuff. Alright. Skarn does get it. Phil has given up on you. He gets to boost up. In this situation, you're doing something that I don't like to see people do. When your teammate's boosted in the air, don't walk on the ground towards the middle. Worst thing you could do. If you're on the ground and the guy's elevated, even if they try to pass it to you, the pass gets messed up because the ball has to go like straight down. Instead, be jumping in the air. Be jumping in the air next to Phil on the side. That way he can give a good pass and you have way more shot angles. If you were up like essentially up here, kind of, I can't draw in 3D, right? But if you were in line with Juan but up in the air over here, you have the whole goal, right? You can shoot far side, you can shoot close side. You have every angle. Phil can easily pass it to you, and it's really hard for me to save if you're in that situation. But you're not in that situation, so Phil takes a shot. But luckily, I think because Juan was covering at least half the angle, I'm able to make the save pretty easily. I want to watch it one more time. Nope. It looks like Phil could have shot either side, but I'm able to make the save. Okay, boost attempts. Right there, you dash to intercept the pass that was going to Chicken, and instead put yourself in the middle, next to Chicken, next to 4 defenders. Yeah, not much you can do. You get hit, dump it at the wall. Maybe Phil was like able to get it, but that didn't happen. Obviously, he gets killed, and you lose the ball. And Chicken gets killed because that random ball everyone wanted. Now everyone is in a terrible position. If they boost really well, you're gonna be in big trouble. Let's see. Actually, let's just go over this one more time. Instead of dashing to intercept this, let Chicken get it. He's gonna want to pass it to you, right? He's already thinking about getting it and then passing it to you. Use your dash instead of intercepting your teammate's pass. Use it to go to the outside, right? All these players in the middle, use your dash, go over this way. And then you can either pass to Chicken, you can pass to Phil. You have a bunch of different options, right? Instead of intercepting, you're in between everything. Your whole team is cluttered. Everyone wants that ball now. They just want to make a play on whatever you were trying to accomplish. But Phil dies, Chicken dies, everyone's out of position. They get a boost. Their boost is not optimal, right? They could have boosted way better. You're covering Bakes, which is good here. Chicken just got beat. You should be aware of that. Watch your minimap all the time. Chicken just got beat. Bakes, not a threat anymore. Not a threat. You shouldn't even be worried about him because he's way up here. Pep is the threat. You have your dash up. Start moving this way. Start covering Pep. You have to help your teammates. Let's see what happens though. Passes to Pep. Pep's wide open. Now Grim's open, right? Because Argon had to move, I think. Yeah. Argon was on Grim. He noticed that Chicken got beat. He's moving this way now. He's given up on Grim. Pep gets the ball, but Argon's out of position at this point. Pep gets the ball. He's going to pass to Grim. Grim, 200 ping. Can't react to the pass. But could have been very bad. Could have been awful. You wasted a dash here again. This dash does nothing. Like, sure, you're pressuring Bakes a little bit, but he can just pass it right back. And now, once he passes it right back, Bakes probably has his dash up, and you don't. He gets the pass off. But luckily, Chicken's here. Actually, that's not lucky. Why is Chicken there? Okay. Actually, let me rephrase this. I wasn't even looking. Chicken is gonna cover Bakes here, and you should just go to Grim. Use your dash to go to Grim, instead of this pass, because Chicken's gonna be covering Bakes. Now Grim's a big threat. But right now in this situation, you should have noticed that you can't do anything here, and Chicken's out of position. You should just try and get the boost from Chicken to get into the intercept. Instead, he gets the pass off. Chicken's looking to boost. You're a little slow. Grim gets the pass off. It's a 2-on-1 against Argon. They should score here probably. Yeah, that was kind of played bad by them. Let's see if they still score. Yep, Pep scores it. So yeah, a few things you could have done there. One, never dash. Whatever this dash was right here, you should never do. Don't ever dash here. Save your dash. In fact, if you were still back here, I would have ended up covering Grim if I was in this situation. Right here, don't dash. You should realize Grim is going to pass the bakes, and then you cover Grim. Chicken covers bakes. Instead, you dash forward, and now you and Chicken out of position, and you force Argon into a 2-on-1. Yep, and you fail your dash, or you fail the boost, and then you dash. This whole play is late. If you took the boost from Chicken, maybe you could have prevented that too. Argon's mad in chat. You two come on, Rasta boost. I stayed on my man. Okay, there are situations where you have to rotate, right? There was that one situation where with Phil, when you guys were over here, right? You were over here, Phil was over here. And Phil was giving you bakes, and you should have dashed over here to bakes. You should have swapped your man essentially. And this situation was another one where you shouldn't stay on bakes. Never use your dash to cover bakes if Grim is open. Like, you have to realize you have to play the threats that were, like, you know, most present in that situation. Okay, your team's boosting. He doesn't get the ball, but again, you should have been jumping and off on the side instead of being on the ground. Oof. Okay, another situation. We went over this before, though. Don't walk into Pep here. Walking into Pep is very bad. You remove yourself from the play by doing that. Just jump in the air and strafe backwards. Right here. Start. You should realize Phil's going to get this ball. They're all over here. All of them are right here. Just start jumping and start walking this way in mid-air. Like, start air strafing. Right here. Instead of walking into Pep, instead of moving towards the net and cutting off angles essentially and just letting Pep hit you away, you could have given Phil a pass. It would have been a really good pass actually. Instead, Phil is sandwiched. I think your team gets this. Chicken should pass back. He does force it. He should have passed back there though. But now they get ball. You're out of position. Phil kills himself. Okay, everything's okay here. Luckily they didn't boost very well. Chicken's beat. Let's see, did you dash before or after? You should know Chicken's beat here. You dash, you waste your dash again. This dash doesn't do anything. Even if you get the hit on Grim, he's just going to pass it right away to Pep. So dashing to get an early hit is really bad, because you're not going to be able to get the second hit off before he can get the pass off. So you waste your dash, and now everything is kind of falling out of order. Save your dash. Save your dash. You would have been able to dash to cover Pep here. Instead, they group up for a boost. They get the boost off. 2-on-1 for Argon. He's not happy. Luckily, they kind of mess it up, but that could have been very bad. Okay, yep, you should have gotten the boost there, but either way, it doesn't really matter. Phil's in trouble, wants a pass. So in this situation, you should be trying to help Phil as much as possible. Instead, you're you're trying to play for a play that's going to happen after like 5 seconds of play, and Phil's looking for the play that's going to happen the next second because he's under so much pressure, right? He's like, I want to pass it back, but there's a cherry picker. He could have passed it to Skarn here. Presumably, Pep could have dashed. It's hard to tell without seeing Phil's perspective. Instead, he tries to Euro. He was trying to Euro to Chicken here, but Chicken is going the wrong way. Everyone's kind of not on the right page. Chicken's not playing around Phil. Phil wants everyone to play around him because he's under the most pressure. You're also not playing around Phil. Like in this situation, don't even worry about getting behind bakes. Just like move forward. Just move forward, try to help him out. Instead, you're dashing here. Phil can't ever pass it to you there, and Chicken should have done that too. So instead, they get the ball. Let's see what happens here. Just worry about Grim. Yep. All right. Pretty solid there. Okay. You shouldn't take the full boost there. You should land. You kind of wasted dash again. You should have seen that Chicken was trying to pass it to you. Actually, can you? I don't have game sound. Maybe you heard him charging. Okay, yeah, he's charging right here and he's looking at you. So he wants you to be open. You try and hit Grim away so he can pass it to you, but you have to know, like, he doesn't have that much time. Right? Like right here, just dash this way. Just give him the pass. Just give him the pass. He's under way too much pressure in the position he's in, especially because he started charging. You have your dash up the whole time. You actually could have gotten that. What happened? Use your dash here. Instead, I get the ball. Getting a free pass off to Pep. Yep. He gets the pass off to Biggs. They miss it though because Biggs tried to volley it to catch it. Ooh. Okay. Before you pick up this ball, what I do every time I have a loose ball like this, you have so much time. You don't have to look at your screen. Just look at your minimap. So you have Skarn, right? And you have Phil. Phil's actually open here. So before you even catch this ball, you should be looking to pass to Phil because this is the most aggressive. This is the most passive play, right? So you have a decision. Either go for the passive or go for the aggressive play. Right here, you just pass to Phil immediately. Don't think. Just pass it right now. Instead you think, you wait too long, Phil's no longer open, you pass it late, and Biggs gets the intercept. Before you even get the ball, you should be thinking about what you're going to be doing. Look at the minimap. There's no reason to be looking at your screen. Just think about what you're going to be doing the second you touch this ball. The second you touch it, you should either be committed to doing the passive play or doing the aggressive play. Right here, commit. Just pass. You do it late though, and it gets intercepted. Let's see what happens next. You're giving him way too much space. You're just retreating. Argon's already in position to get a counter boost. Don't retreat. Just start pressuring them here. Okay, luckily you do eventually do that. They're kind of scrambling around. I wish you had height indicators. You waste your dash. Hold on, what was this dash? You were trying to cover Pep, I guess? But Pep wasn't going to get a pass. You're like dashing to cover like this passing lane, and Grim doesn't even have the ball. He's not even going to get the ball in any time within that window there. Don't waste your dash. Now you don't have dash up. Okay. Okay. Did you waste your dash again? Yep. If Grim passes and dashes the second he lands, you're out of position. Luckily you stopped him though. He does have 200 ping. But yeah, Biggs is in a kind of dangerous spot there. Okay, loose ball. Oh, okay, that was really confusing. If you have height indicators, this isn't confusing. But like, for me, I was looking at the minimap here, and I thought this ball was going to Phil, right? I thought it was going high up in the air and to Phil. But if you had height indicators, you would have known that was just rolling. You would have known right here, hold on, right here, that this ball is just rolling. It's not like a lock pass. You had dash up, you might have been able to get it. Or, at this point, you should have realized you can't get that ball, Grim's going to get it. And then you have to look at your minimap. And look what's happening there. They're both beat. Pep is wide open here, and Biggs is wide open here. So Grim is most likely going to want to pass to Pep. You don't want to pressure Grim right now. You want to be falling back. But you continue moving forward. Instead, you should have been moving back. You should have known Grim is getting that ball. Phil's going to already pressure him. You should just be moving back, trying to cover Pep. He gets the pass off to Pep. Pep has Biggs. But Pep is also under some pressure. It ends up getting to Grim, actually. They're going to boost. Your team's out of position again. And you're kind of out of position. You're part of the problem here. Like, 'cause you're not really pressuring anything. You're not really covering any passing lanes. You're just kind of letting them do what they want to do. In this situation, let's see. Right here, I wouldn't even worry about Grim. As weird as it sounds, he has 200 ping and he's this far out. If he tries doing a wall thing, he might mess it up. And if he tries doing a shot, it should be easily saved. Just worry about like the biggest threats, which is Pep Bakes boosting here. Help them out, because Argon's already in position to like cut off a shot angle. He's already given up on like this play over here. Okay, you could have actually stopped that pass. Yeah, you had your dash up, you had your click up. You could have just stopped that. Again, really hard to tell what's happening about high indicators. I don't know if Bakes is high up in the air or if he's on the ground. Okay, you do stop that. That was pretty good. Good foresight. Okay, your team loses it. Good, you didn't take the boost. Bakes gets it off a bad pet pass here. Yeah. Phil gets it off a bad pet pass here. And Phil just gets a free shot. I feel like Juan could have done so much. Let's watch some Juan play. He's covering Phil. He gets the ball to Pep. Decent. Pep has time. Could have passed it to Grim, could have passed it to Bakes. Decides to pass it to me, which isn't a bad choice, but what we just saw here is that Phil sucked off of Juan. And now he gets the intercept. He's wide open in front of the net. Juan should never let someone just suck off him to get an intercept. Okay, this is pretty good. Phil really does not want to pass it to you. He could have just passed it to you there. Instead he dumps it in the air. Okay. This is that situation. Don't walk towards Pep. You just removed yourself from the play. Right here, Wymere is trying to pass it to you. Chicken wants to pass it to you. Your only play, you're not going to beat Pep in the second that he's charging. And your only play is to maintain like this distance. Don't walk towards him and try and keep these two far away from you. Like literally just stay here, just jump in the air and kind of strafe like, you have to have weird movement, right? I would strafe like kind of, this is weird, but I'd move it like kind of like that. Backwards strafe, sidewards, backwards, that way. Kind of move this way. Try and get Pep out of your, or Juan out of your way. Instead, you walk into him, and you're not even trying to beat Juan. You're just kind of removing yourself from the play. You're just letting Juan hit you in the side, and you're just looking at Chicken. Chicken wants you to pass it to you, but you're not in a position. Instead, he tries to take a shot, almost scores it. Okay, they're boosting. Yep, you're giving them too much space here. You're doing the thing where you're retreating, just letting them get the free boost. You waste your dash once again. Right here. Pep is getting the pass. The dash does nothing here. You just beat yourself. Yeah. Luckily, everyone else kind of formed around you. And, oof, what happens there? You just let him walk by you. You waste your dash again. What was that dash? You hit him here, and then you dash forward. Why would you dash forward? You made it harder to get the second hit, and you put yourself out of position. Okay, they get a free boost off. Pep's open. Luckily, it wasn't a very good shot. Okay. Let's see, is there anything you can do here? Shoot, I went back too far. You could have boosted Chicken there. In fact, Phil was waiting for a second to let you guys boost. Right here. Phil's, he has a little bit of space. He's letting you guys boost if you want to. You try and do like an elevator. I guess, were you both trying elevator? Yeah, just a normal boost up is good enough. It kind of worked, but Chicken didn't have enough height. And he kind of lost the jump, I think. Because you tried to go for the elevator. He's not in a position. Yeah, it's just a lost ball every time. You dash forward. Don't dash forward there. You're not getting the ball. Okay, they're going to get a free boost. Yep, look for the counter boost. Height indicators makes that so much easier. That was really confusing. They almost got a free shot. Okay, Phil gets a free shot but whiffs. You dash too far back. You're playing way too safe here. Like, let's go back a little bit. right here, you use your dash, right? But like, and you're dashing this way. There's no reason to dash this way, right? Like maybe you're scared of Pep getting the ball. Pep's gonna get the ball. You see he's going off the wall, right? He's gonna get the ball like right here. He's not a threat. Using your dash here to try and cut off the angle of a shot from here is not important. The more important thing is these two, and them trying to boost and chicken out of position. Don't dash this way. Dash this way. Stop them. These are the threats. I know it's weird to like let Pep just be open over here, but it would take so long for Pep to do anything. He's gonna receive the ball off the wall, right? He's gonna get the ball. He can maybe walk around here. He can walk. It'll take so long to walk over here. And even then, this is a bad angle. He's not gonna walk here. He's never gonna do that. It's never gonna happen. So just be worried about these two. Instead, you dash. You give him space. They could have boosted, but Grim has 200 ping. Really hard to play with. Okay. Yeah, they get a free shot off. So let's see. You get boosted, but you should have stopped taking the boost a little bit sooner. Like maybe you think Phil's getting it. Right here you should have known. You're not getting it. Use your dash back over here. Maybe Chicken could have boosted you if you did that. Argon could have stopped that, but Bakes gets a free shot. Okay, you're kind of lost right now. Yeah, you should be looking for a boost. You shouldn't force it there. Phil's not even looking at you. Whatever you're doing here actually just messes up Phil. Phil's trying to hit these two away so that you have some space. And by hitting him, you just kind of made the play way harder and more like chaotic. Okay, you had time. You had plenty of time to do an elevator there. Just look at him. Do the standard elevator. Instead, you're like hitting him to the side. A pass is forced because there was only 7 seconds left, and he was probably just getting antsy. But Ray gets ball because of that. You should always just try and make everything as easy as possible for your teammates. Like just elevator there, and if it doesn't work, just be looking at that pass. Don't you randomly dash again, right? What did you even dash at? Hold on. Okay, you dash here. You dash at some other point, right? Yeah, that dash. Okay, you tried to beat Bakes. But, yeah. Dashing like that is never going to let you beat someone. I don't know. You have to get more experience. Like, maybe if you dash and you looked at him and then you use the pull button. But just dashing, you're never going to beat someone. Okay, they get the boost off. You're kind of looking nowhere. Right here, you should know Grim is not the threat. Pep is looking at Bakes. Right? It kind of looks like maybe they're gonna boost, but right here you should see Grim is not gonna. He's not part of the play anymore. Pep and Bakes are looking at each other, and Phil's just getting juggled by Bakes. So they get the boost off. I can't see anything because of height indicators. I don't know how high this player is. He's way above everyone. He gets a free shot. Luckily, it's saved. Okay, they're boosting again. Luckily, it's saved. Let's see if you could have stopped this. Yeah, so right here. I mean, covering Grim is okay, I guess. I would prefer if Argon covers Grim and you two just cover the two that are boosting. That's like the best way to play it. But because Argon was already back there, I guess covering Grim is good. Right there, you could have turned around and probably hit Bakes, but you're really focused on just covering Grim, which is okay, but you could always do better. Like, you'd always help your team more. Okay, a failed attempt by Phil there. Could have been really good for him. Right there, your dash is up. You could have intercepted that. Right here, you should know Chicken's beat. Grim is not getting past you. Pep is looking at Bakes. Like, just be looking at your screen, looking at how the play is developing, and knowing what the biggest threat is. You have your dash up, dash in front, hit this. Luckily, your keeper's ready though. Okay, Phil tries to force a pass. See if there was any way you could help them. No, he just tried to make a quick play. It happens. Okay, you're not blocking anything there. Right here, you know they're getting it off, and you can't do anything. Go to chicken. Just go to chicken. Let him boost you up, and you can probably intercept that. Okay, you let him get the wall set, and then you dash forward past him. Okay, you dash to try to intercept it. Don't ever dash to try and intercept a volley, because what will happen most of the time is you'll dash, hit it, but your character model will go too far, and then their kick will end up pushing past your cone, and then the shot goes through anyway if you dash forward. But what ends up happening is he gets the kick off, and now he's behind you. He gets a shot off. It's saved because he placed it right in the center of the net. Okay, you're not getting that ball. Look to boost. Yeah. Oh, you failed a little bit. Okay, really suboptimal boosting, and you could have gotten that pass right there, or that shot. Like, your keeper is probably really trusting because you're blocking his entire vision by being in this position. He's really trusting that you're going to stop that. You were too late. Again, right here, don't take the boost so much. Start counter strafing. Counter strafe this way, right? So that you're blocking the play, right? You're blocking this pass. And you're also going to start stopping your momentum so you can block the shot. Don't take the boost all the way. Instead, you take it all the way. You block the keeper's vision. And then your kick might not have been up. I'm not 100%, but you kick late, and that could have gone in because there's no way the keeper can see, and you're just crowding his face. Okay, right here. Pep is not a super issue. Don't pressure him too hard. Yep, good. You're spacing him out. Don't let him get the boost though. Good. Your team has the ball, kinda. Look to boost. Yep. You could elevate it a little bit better. Your mouse positioning is really bad here. Like, you should be looking at Phil. But luckily you get it off. Phil gets the boost. He gets the shot off. It's not too good. But yeah, if the boost was a little bit better, like, Phil has way more options. He'll have more jumps. Okay, Phil's getting it. He needs a pass quick. Luckily he's able to do an individual play. Right there, it looks like you guys are going for an elevator. Just a normal boost up is all you should do. Phil dies. Even if you got it off, I don't think it would have mattered. You kind of need to help Phil more there. Like right here, you should know that Phil's in trouble. You should be helping him. Instead you're going for the boost, help him. Like, instead of going for the boost, just dash over here. Dash this way, instead of going for this boost, and just give Phil the pass. Because he can't pass back. There's like the pressure of Pep. You have to help him out. Okay, yep. Be ready for the boost. Alright, so far so good. Okay, right there, Argon's out of position. You should be helping him. Like, Pep is now in position to score. Luckily, Chicken gets the hit on the intercept. Right here, you should know what's happening. Like, you should know Argon out of position. Chicken dashes to kind of like, he thinks he wants to help, but then he's like, no, I should pressure breaks. Argon's still out of position. Like, covering Grim is okay because Grim is in the middle, but he's so far out that even if he gets past 2, he's not going to do much. And if you dash back, you're covering Pep and you're also covering a Grim shot. Because Grim can, even if Grim tries to do something from here, you're covering it by being in this position. So that's what I would have done there. So you can like pressure Pep because Argon needs help. Okay, you kind of get up, but right here you don't know like where these guys are because you don't have height indicators. You don't know if they're right beneath you or not. You're looking for Phil, but Chicken's the safer pass because Phil's kind of getting hit around. But he does receive it. He's going to pass back. You should look for a boost. Yeah, I don't think that one's working. Argon's forcing. It kind of works almost. Dash to boost. Right there, instead of using dash jump, just use your dash. It seems weird because if you just dash, you wouldn't have gotten to Chicken. But if you just dash, Chicken wants to boost you right away, and you guys can do a double boost. If you dash jump, he can't hit you right now. So instead, he's like delaying his hit, right? So you hit him, he gets a single boost, but it could have been a double boost. If you just use a normal dash, don't jump, line up, and then just hit each other, it's way better. It's faster in every situation than using your dash jump. I hate people that dash jump for the boost. Just use normal dash, because you can do a double boost right out of it. Okay, luckily he saves it. Let's see if there's anything. I guess if you double boosted, you could have been here in time. You did have your dash up. You have your dash up right here. You could have maybe dashed and stopped this. That's your only hope, really. Luckily, Scar makes a save, but you had a tool up that could have possibly prevented it, and that could have been a game ender. Okay, right here, you're slow to react. Let's see what happens. You should know your team out of the ball. This is another one of those situations where, like, okay, you lost the ball. It's red ball. You're looking back at them. That's kind of weird. Like, don't worry about that. Don't get like mentally tilted or anything. Chicken's not gonna be able to stop this. You need to counter boost, or you need to cover a ground player. Don't walk back into net. You're just making it more confusing and harder on the keeper. You should either be over here covering Grim, or you should be with Chicken. Like right here, you should be with Chicken, trying to boost up. If you can't do it, just cover Grim. Right, Chicken's covering Bakes. You could have been on Grim. Argon would have been way back here, but that's fine. You could have been on Grim or on Pep, like depending on how the play plays out. Okay, you get boosted. Don't take that boost. Your team's not getting this ball. Right here, you're never getting this ball. You're never gonna teleport at supersonic speeds to get that ball. And if you go over here, you're double covering Bakes with Chicken. You're leaving Pep wide open in the middle, and you're leaving a 2-on-1 for Argon. This is really bad. You realize it too late. You dash back. Luckily, he didn't do a quick play. If he started passing really quick, that could have been really bad. Right here, you're covering Pep, but Chicken's beat now. How did Chicken get beat? He just tries to get the intercept. Bakes dashes by him. Right here, play it slow. Keep covering this pass until Argon's in position, but start walking this way. Like when you were over here, start walking here. Start covering Bakes, but keep aware of the Pep factor and kind of like help Argon until he's in position, but also be going this way because Bakes is the biggest threat. Grim over here, 200 ping in the center of the field is never going to do anything. He's going to want to pass it. And just be aware of what the next play is, right? Chicken's beat. Now they're going for a boost. You could have been in between them, right? Stopping this. It looks like they get the boost off. Pepe gets a free pass. Again, watch your minimap. You could have been over on this side, at least blocking that pass. You let Grim by you. You have your dash up. Good. You lose. Let's see what happens here. Well, Pep gets the ball on the side. Two people on Bakes. Chicken again just lets Bakes dash right by him. He gets a shot and scores, it looks like. But yeah, a lot of things you could have done there to prevent that play. A lot of things in this game you could have done to prevent goals. And also, you didn't really contribute much of anything to the offensive plays. You need to know not to walk towards your teammates or walk towards the enemy defenders. Don't just walk into them. Like give your team some space and space out your enemies, and just pass it around more. Don't try so much to beat the enemy. And yeah, that game could have been easily winnable. But that's all for now. Hopefully you learned something. Thanks.